The new mining equipment has been added into the beta just a few days ago, and today I'm going to give you an overview of the equipment, how it works, so you can head out into the beta and try it out for yourself. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. So let's have a look at this new mining equipment. But first, I just want to say this is not going to be a full-on guide. The full mining guide, I plan to do like a 3-step one and do some ship builds and everything. I'm going to cover that very thoroughly. But I'm going to do that once everything goes live and the final iterations of balancing passes have been done by Frontier. So this is just going to be an overview that's going to help you try out the equipment yourself if you are curious to try it out, of course. So let's start by having a look at the new equipment. Of course, we have a bunch of new kind of mining tools. It's not really weapons because they don't do damage, but you get my point. First of all, we have this blaster here. I should say all of the stuff here is available under mining tools now. And the blaster here is what you would use to shoot off surface deposits. So we have 3 new types of deposits in the game. We have the surface deposits on the surface of asteroids, subsurface, which is just below the surface, and we have the core deposits, which we have to crack open the asteroids to get access to inside. And the blaster is just used to blast off the equipment, or sorry, the deposits on the surface. Then we have the subsurface displacement missile. These are missiles that basically drill into the asteroid. You fire them by holding down the trigger, and then you have a small bar to release at the right time, and then material comes out. So those you would need for that. Then we have the seismic charge launchers. These are kind of a cannon kind of thing. These are of course missiles. This is more like a cannon, and these fire basically small nukes into cracks in the asteroids. And once you place enough nukes in the cracks, you can detonate them all at the same time and crack that asteroid open to get access to all the juicy stuff inside. Other than that, you will have to go into utilities and you need to get yourself a pulse wave scanner. This is what you use to detect all these new deposits. So this is definitely a must-have on any mining ship. Finally, I would also highly recommend that you fit a detailed surface scanner so we can probe the rings and get access to or find these hotspots that helps us get more materials, more valuable materials at least. So that is the equipment that you're going to need. Let's head out to a planet and let's see this stuff in action. Once you're at your desired planet of choice, we can head into analyze mode, fire off our detailed surface scanner, and you can see you would be able to scan these rings by simply firing probes at them. These have already been scanned, and we can see these hotspots that are scattered around the rings. Those are hotspots for various materials, but we're not going to dive into those just today, but you can if you want to look for a specific type of material. But for now, we're just going to drop in somewhere in the ring, and I'm going to show you how the different equipment can be used. So once we're in the rings, first we're going to have a look at the pulse wave scanner. If we fire that off, you can see here that it's going to scan the asteroids in your immediate vicinity, and it's going to show them up in various colors. Now, the ones that light up, the brighter they light up, the higher the chance are that you're going to find some high-value deposits. It doesn't mean that they're going to have high-value materials in them. That is still completely random, but it just means there's a higher chance that you get some of these surface, subsurface, or core deposits. So we can see we have one here that lights up pretty bright, so I'm gonna give that a go. I'm gonna try to fire a prospector off on that and see what we get. And there we go. So we can now go over here to our contacts and we can see we got a few subsurface deposits in this one. So I'm just gonna show you how these works. For the subsurface deposits, of course, we're gonna need our displacement missiles. So we're gonna target the deposit and we're gonna fire a missile into it, if I could actually hit it. There we go. And you can see down here in the corner, you will now get this small mini game. You have to hold the trigger and then release once it's inside one of the blue fields, and you can see then it will detonate and it will spew out some fragments. And you can keep doing that to the same ones until they run out of materials. So again, hold your trigger, wait for it, wait for it. The bars at the top there shows how quickly it's moving. So when the bar, the top graph is high, it means it moves fast. When it's low, it means it moves slowly. And there you go. You can keep doing that, and you will then cut out materials. But we're not interested in those right now, so I'm just going to keep going through the field here until we find some of the other types of deposits. Oh, here we have one. You can see this is lighting up very bright and yellow. So let's try to prospect that and see if we ain't lucky and get something good here. And indeed we did. We can see we get a lot of different stuff here. We both have these, which are fissures, which we can use to crack it open. And we also get some surface deposits. I'm just going to show you the surface deposits first. And for this, you're going to need your blaster. So you're basically going to fly over to one of the surface deposits, point at it with your blaster, and it's pretty straightforward. You just charge it up, hold it down until it charges up, fire, and it will shoot off a fragment. But let's have a look at these fissures. Now this is the fun part. We can see here when we target them, if you look at the panel now in the lower right hand corner of the screen, this is a low strength, average strength, and high strength. There are various strengths here of these fissures or cracks in the asteroids. Now, asteroids basically have hit points. And if you can see here, if we get the seismic charge, if we just quickly clear my firing group here, you can see the seismic charge. When I charge this up, it have like these 3 bars, so it can be low, medium, or high. And depending on when I release it, those 3 bars, it will be a low, medium, or high charge. Now, if you put a high charge in a low strength, that is the one that does the most damage to the asteroid, because the low strength gives more damage to the asteroids, of course, where the high strength one give less damage per charge. So, and again, of course, a high charge also gives more damage. So you can kind of balance it out like that. So I would probably start by finding a low strength one, like that one right there, and let's try to fire a high strength one into this one. See if we can't get a little bit of okay, here we go. So that was a high strength in a low one, and that gave me just 2 bars. That was not a whole lot. So we're gonna find another one, and we're gonna fire more into this one. Here we have another low one. So I could try to fire a low one into this one, for instance, if I wanted to. Actually, that didn't do a whole lot because it's a low and a low, but we can keep going, and what we can see here, we want to get that bar up so it's somewhere in the blue. And we don't want to get all the way up to the red, because then we begin to destroy our deposits in the middle that we are looking for here. So let's try and get, let's see, a medium one in this high strength one. That should be good. Okay, we're not quite there yet. We can see we are on a timer, so it's fine. So we have an average one down here. I'm going to try to put a low one in this average. I don't want to overdo it and destroy all our juicy content inside. Great, there we go. Now it's all prepped, so we're going to go and target it. Click detonate. Go back, and now we're just going to watch the fireworks. And there we go. Cracked open very, very nicely. And look at all those surface deposits now. See, we got a lot of surface deposits now because we managed to crack it open. And that means that we could now go... Now, I removed this from our firing group, but if we still had our blaster in the firing group, we could now go in to this asteroid in here in the middle that we cracked open. And we could begin to shoot these fragments loose. Ah, can hit it. There we go. You can begin to shoot these fragments loose, and then you can run around and pick them up. And that's pretty much it. That's how the different equipment works. I really hope that you found this useful. So go ahead, get yourself a mining ship, go out and give it a try. If you like this video, remember to give it a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.